from Stitchin' in Oregon, back for Flosstube number 16, and I've got a lot of stuff to show you. I have this whole don't forget to talk about it list. I think the last time I talked to you all, it was after the 4th of July, so probably about 2 weeks ago. I had just got back from hanging out with my sister at Round Lake, and I had spent the 4th of July with my grandparents. And then we were home for a week, and then we had another camping trip planned. So we've been home for, we got home from that on Friday. So, and it is Monday now. So, or Tuesday? What day is it? It's Thursday. I don't even know what day of the week it is anymore. We will have been home a week tomorrow, is all I'm trying to say, I guess. It's been a very busy summer. So, the last time we talked, I had said I was planning on doing 24 hours of cross stitch, and that I had a room on the coast, and some friends and I were supposed to get together, and we were gonna just hang out, and we were gonna stitch all weekend. And some of that went to plan. So I guess this is just a little PSA to protect yourself. So I tend to be a very trusting person, which apparently can bite me in the rear sometimes. But long story short, I was told to plan this trip, asked if I wanted to do it, said sure. She said she didn't know how or understand how to use like Airbnb or how to book places. So I did that for us, and then a couple weeks, 3 weeks before the trip, nothing. Like, stopped talking to me. By then it was too late to get a refund. So I ended up being stuck with a really big bill that I was only supposed to be responsible for half of. Even on the way there, I was so mad, and I went in my garage and I cried, actually. Before I left, I just cried. And my husband convinced me to make the best of it, and I did. So I headed over to the coast. I spent a night by myself. Beautiful room. I'll see if I can post a picture of it. I think I took a couple pictures of the view. But anyway, it was right on the beach in Lincoln City, and I just had the door open, and I sat on the balcony, and I just stitched. And then the next day, another friend very graciously saved me and came up, and she spent the night with me, and we stitched, and we had fun. So overall, it was still worth it. But I guess this is just my way of warning you, I guess. I know the cross-stitch community is vast, and it's wonderful and very friendly and very welcoming, but just protect yourselves, I guess. That was a financial hit that my family was not prepared to take, and so we're kind of scrambling right now. But anyway, we're past it. It's all good now. I just wanted to throw that out there in case some of you have seen some things on my Instagram and you're like, that's weird. It's my way of venting, but I'm done. I'm not doing it anymore. I just wanted to share. Although during that 24 hours of cross stitch, it was originally planned to do some lives and some giveaways, which obviously did not end up happening because the original plan of the weekend kind of got scrapped. So I do have some things I am planning on giving away probably in the next video, because I have a friend that donated a lot of patterns to me, plus I have some stuff here, and I just kind of want to go through and group things together and then do maybe a giveaway next month for like back to school kind of thing. So there will be a giveaway coming up. I want to apologize for anyone who was looking forward to that and kind of was let down. So but anyway, so that happened, and then the day I got back from the Oregon coast, we were supposed to spend the day packing up to go camping at Crater Lake the following day, but we actually got an evacuation warning. Our campground up at Crater Lake was evacuated because of all the forest fires. So we were able to pivot, and my dad, his wife, and then me, my kids, and my husband, and my sister, we all went to Bend, Oregon instead. And we stayed at 1,000 Trails campground there. I think it's called Bend Sun River. And we had a lot of fun. We were there Sunday through Friday. We came home, and there's like a little river you can float around the campground or part of the campground. We did that. We went and visited the Obsidian Fields. I'll try to post pictures. We did a hike to the bottom of a waterfall, and then we went through, I think it's the Lava River Cave. We went and did that, and that was a 2-mile hike in and out. And then we also went and saw the lava cast forest. And there's so much more we want to do there, so we're definitely planning on going back. It was a happy shift in plans. So even though I still want to go to Crater Lake, we still have never been there. But we do want to go back to Bend and finish exploring. So yeah. The rest of the month, let's see. I know a lot of cross-stitch families have already started back to school. I know I have friends in Arizona who I think went back today, honestly. We go back, my kids go back the girls go back on August 26th, and Gavin, who will be a senior this year, goes back on the 27th. So, but I go back, I think, the week before them. So, that's coming up pretty quick. Next week, I will be taking the twins to Southern Idaho to hang out with their great-grandparents again, so my grandma's, and then I will be flying to Arizona to hang out with a friend I have there for the weekend. Me by myself. And then when I get back, it's back to work. So, yeah, it's kind of the rest of the month. It seems like summer has just flown by. It's been so fast. And it's mostly been a really good summer. I think today we're supposed to get to like 97, 99 degrees, something like that here where I live. And I originally was going to take the girls to the coast to go swimming, but then I figured everyone was probably doing that. So we're just going to stay home in the air conditioning. And we're hoping this is kind of summer's last big, high temp push for us, and then we can kind of start cooling down. Okay, so that's kind of what's been going on with me. I want to talk about new starts. I have a couple. The first one I want to mention is this one from this book here, Sweet Land of Liberty, Blackbird Designs. I started this, and I don't think I showed you all that I started this. I started this in when I was in Boise for the 4th of July. And so this is what it looks like. I've had this book forever, and I was so excited to finally be able to start something out of here. I am using my own conversion of floss because I didn't have a lot of what was called for, and I'm impatient. So, let's see. I'll show you. I'm just using this Ziploc bag because I was traveling. So, this is my floss ring. It is similar colors. I am using a couple of the called for that I had, but yeah. And the fabric that I'm using is a 32 count Lugana that I got from Be Stitch Me, that I dyed. So it was like a bright yellow, like sunshine or sunflower or something like that. And it's a pretty big piece of fabric. I overdyed this with taupe. No, this was a while ago. I don't actually remember what I overdyed this with because I redyed this fabric like a year ago. But this is my start. I'm pretty happy. Sorry, I have a needle minder on here that's pretty heavy duty. So I'm trying to get it out of the way. Here's my start on this. So, yeah. I really like it so far. I was able to start the border. So this is from the middle to the one corner. And then I got a couple of the stars in so that I could go down and start that eagle. We all know I love patriotic stitching, and Blackbird Designs is beautiful. So I'm hoping that when I finish this one, I'll start another one from the book. I think the goal is to do most of them. I really want to do this, and I want to make it how they made it. This is a candlestick holder, and I've never made like a pincushion before, so yeah. So I started that one. I might have started it a little bit before I went to my grandparents' house, but I worked on it a lot while I was there. Okay, so then next we have my new starts from when I did 24 hours across stitch, which by the way, I did not stitch for 24 hours. I think I probably made it like a solid 12 in those couple of days. So I went from Friday to Sunday morning, and I did stitch every day. It's really hard to sit still for that long for me, even though I love stitching. It is really hard to sit still for that long. Okay, so this is one that I started. I also gifted a copy of this pattern to Lisa, who she met me in Lincoln City for 24 hours across stitch, which she was not originally supposed to. So thank you, Lisa, again. I really thank you. Okay, so this is Jenny Bean's Friendship Sampler by Shakespeare's Peddler. I'm using the called for DMC on this, and I didn't get a huge start. Like I said, this is all the DMC. I'm using a 32 count ivory linen, I think. And this is how far I got. So I started the first letter, and there's a star here, and that's like a deep purple color. Sarah Stitchery had this in her whip parade, mid-year whip parade that she did. And she has like the corner of the alphabet and stuff done, and it's just beautiful. So yeah, so I started this one. Sorry about all the crinkling, guys, but you know, if I don't put this stuff away, it will be a nightmare in here later. Okay, and then I had the Be Kind sampler, which you all knew that I was planning on starting this. I bought this pattern a while ago because Jessica, the Sweetwater Stitcher, showed it on her Instagram. And this is by Stacy Nash Designs. And I just have this here. I was working in this corner. And I have to say, it is so pretty. Alright, I'm using, I was like, where's my floss? The called for floss. I kitted this up when I was at Maggie's on Main in Emmett. The only thing that's different is I am using Adobe here instead of, what is it? Sanguine, I think it's called. So yeah, I'm using that instead. Everything else is called for. I am stitching this on a 36 count of Grace Notes fabric called Greystone, which I got in a box, my Fabric of the Month box from them. Or, it's not a box, it's just my Fabric of the Month. Sorry, guys. It's getting warm in this room and I don't have very good airflow. Okay, and this is where I'm at. And it is so pretty. The flowers are stitched in cherub, which at first I was really worried about it showing up, but it is so, it's just really nice. It has a really nice variegation. And then, I don't know if you can tell, these are long stitches, the middle of the flower. So, anyway, I really, really like I think I was showing you the wrong direction before. I really like the way this looks. So that is my progress on the Be Kind sampler, which I started on the coast as well. And before I headed over to the coast, I made a couple impromptu project bags. So I made this one here. They're not perfect by far, but you know, they hold my projects for me. And I've got all these zippers laying around from I think I bought like a big lot of them on eBay or something. So anyway, I made that. Okay, and then my last new start I need to make a bag for. I was actually working on this morning, so there is thread and it's in a hoop. So this is Smell My Feet by Lottie Doth. This is kind of not a great picture because it's from my printer. But I am using an 18 count. Yeah, 18 count Ada from Be Stitch Me called Harvest. And this is what it looks like. So I had told my friend Amanda last year, because she puts up a tree at Halloween and decorates for like fall and then transitions to Christmas. So I had told her last year that I was going to make her something for it. And I think this is going to be a little too big, but she'll get something. I sent her a handful of designs and this is the one she picked. So I'm not stitching with the called for except 310, which is, I'm doing the boot and the border in 310, which it does call for as the DMC because it also gives you NPI. This is Etoile 310, and then this is a Cosmo green 3631. Yes, I'm filming. What's up? Are you wanting to be a part of this?
No, you don't part with them.
One moment, please. I just had an interloper. hurry up or I'm gonna put your face on here.
I'm grabbing a. I'm not in the. You can continue.
I can't because the fan is too loud.
My bad.
Hey, can you see if you can find me a cough drop? That's Nicole. Hey, see if you can find me a cough drop or a hard candy of some kind.
Okay, you should edit me out, by the way.
You're wonderful. Anyway, she came for a hot glue gun, and it was like there's like a tiered stand over here, and it was anyway. So those are my new starts. Next are my works in progress or whips. I have a couple. Thank you, dear.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. Like, I was waking up coughing last night, and I think maybe it's just because the air conditioner has been having to run more since it's warmer. But anyway. Okay. Works in progress. First thing I want to show you is Land That I Love. I worked on this for all of July, and I think I'm going to put it away for a while. You guys know I love this so much, and it is so much fun to stitch. I got a page finish on this, like a true page finish, and that's hard for me, especially on Teresa Kogut, because these are so big. I pretty much stitched on this monogamously. I started this July 1st at my grandparents' house, and I pretty much stitched on this until I got the page finish. So right before I went to the coast. I am stitching it with the called for floss. Oh my gosh. Don't know what happened. Here is my mess of a floss ring. I have tape on this because it kept popping open, which is very frustrating because this isn't the most colors I have in a project, but when they all come flying off everywhere. Okay, and I am doing this on a 20 count tea-dyed even weave. And I tea-dyed this at my grandma's house with like a black tea. And okay, this is where I'm at. It is officially a page finish. Sorry, my computer just did something weird. Officially a page finish, and I love it. I love it so much. I cannot wait to get back to this. I'm trying to decide if I want to continue with the alphabet or continue down. Because I know usually when people work on these things, they go across the top. So I kind of want to go down. But I do the border as I go so that it matches up. But I just love this. I just love this so much. I think I just realized I forgot to put a couple of stitches in this flower. But anyway, this is it. I love it. I don't know the next time I'll get it out. I do know, I think it is on my WhipGo as like an official new start, like square. But I obviously started it, so maybe I'll just put it in there to work on it again. This is another bag I made. I was trying to make it slightly patriotic. This was the first one I made this month, and I think I have made a handful of them, but I gotta put this needle back or I'm never gonna find it again. Okay. So, oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I am just, okay. That's the project bag. Kind of patriotic, right? Okay. And then next is I needed to get my stitches in for my sister's project. This is for her birthday. Ooh, this is low on battery. I don't even know if it'll pull up. Gotta show you real quick. This is how Doth, the little busy bee, beekeeper's pincushion. Sorry. This is a pattern. It's by Modern Folk Embroidery. And the last time I worked on this, I think I did over 300 stitches in that session. And look at, oh, I'm so close. So I completed the border. I completed this flower. All I have to do now is these little guys at the top. So there's a big bee in the middle, and then there is little bees, and then there's these like light blue things. I think there is about 100 stitches left, and then some back stitching in the wings. I just need to have this done probably by the end of September so that I can, well, I will have it done before that, but that way I can get it in the mail to her for her birthday in October. And I'm really happy with this. I'm stitching this on a 40 count Tyco linen by Picture This Plus. I have a ton. This was just like the smallest piece you could get, right, from and it's folded 1, 2, 3 stitch, and so I have a lot of it left over. I am using, my sister wanted it to look like porcelain, so I'm using ecru and then 2 different shades of blue. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this. I sat down and I did those 300 stitches so fast, and it was just in a morning, and this one is so much fun to work on. I think I need to do like a big Modern Folk Embroidery because I see them and I love them. And this one is a pretty speedy one. Okay. Next is, sorry, I have piles of stuff over here. This was my last Whip Go call for the month of July. This is Summer by the Cricut Collection. Oh, sorry. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. I didn't realize I hadn't flipped it right back out. Okay, this is Summer by the Cricut Collection. I'm stitching this on a unnamed Be Stitch Me fabric. It is a 32 count Opal Lugana. And when I say that I did like the bare minimum to count for Whip Go, like that's what I mean. Like it was little even for me. This is how far I am. And remember, I had these grand plans of working in the carrots and getting part of the M done and blah, blah, blah. I didn't. I mean, I worked in the M. I got these white stitches in. I think I counted and there's like 40. So I put 40 stitches in this, and I'm counting it because I just didn't want to work on it, but I did put some stitches in. So it counts. But this is another one that has a big piece of fabric that is absolutely beautiful left over, and I'm going to put one of the other Cricut Collection seasons on here. So that Whip Go goal was met, even if it is a reach, and I'm stitching that with the called for DMC. Okay, next is the Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. As you guys know, I work on this when I am camping, and so I took it with us to Bend, and I'm so happy with my progress on this. I know I've said it before, but I really enjoy this. This is a lot of fun, and so every time we go camping, I'm always so happy to pull it out. I got a page finish on it. I'm working toward a second page finish. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the cover. Oh my gosh, I don't want to flash the pattern again. Okay. Here it is. So this time when I was working, I decided to put these words in here because it was the last part of this page. I got the hummingbird in, I got this lantern in, and I pulled the border down a little bit to complete the page. And then after that, I almost have a second page finish, and so my daughter decided she wanted me to come up here and finish page 2. So I finished page 3. Now I need to finish page 1. Page 1 includes just a little bit of this little guy's tail, his nose. I have the moth done already. So I need to get some of this done, and I need to get his stick done. And then I'll have page 2 will be finished. I'm going to take I have pins in this holding it in place since I was camping and it was very dusty. I didn't want a bunch of like just loose fabric everywhere, and I stitch in a hoop. So this is where I am. I'm super, super happy with this. I love this. I'm stitching it on a 32 count ivory linen, I think, Lugana, even weave. I got it from Acorns and Threads when I went and bought the floss for this because I wanted to use all the called for. Okay, and this is where I am. So I finished the beaver minus his marshmallow stick. I did him while we were driving home from Bend, so it took me 3.5 hours, but he was fun. He was a lot more fun to stitch than this guy. Even though this hedgehog is so cool to look at, I did not like stitching him. I stitched the hummingbird and I got this in. After I got this in, I realized there was an error somewhere in this border, so I had to rip the border stitches out and redo that. But I think we're all good now. So yeah, I'm very, very happy with this. Next time I pull this out, we don't have plans to go camping until October. But I will work on his stick and I'll work up here to get that next page finished. And then I think she wants me to work on page 1, which will be the rest of this top border. This little box is the bear coming out of the tent. So this guy, this is what she really wants me to do. And I really want to do the words because I think stitching words is a lot of fun. But yeah, I'm really happy with the progress I got on that. This one, every time I pull it out, every little thing is so much fun to stitch. Like these mushrooms were originally white flowers. You could not see them, so my sister helped me change them, and I adore them. This lantern with its long stitches, yeah, and the fox and the hound in the middle just crack me up. Anyway, I love this pattern. I have a page finished. Like I said, I'm really close to a second page finish, and then I'll move on to page 3. This is also in a project bag I made, but it's one that I made a while ago, so it has a different kind of like binding than what I did on my others. Okay, and then my last project I have here, this is for my Christmas in July stitching. And normally I try to do a little bit of Christmas in July stitching. And this month I just worked on this one thing. But this is Winter Rose Manor by With Thy Needle and Thread, Brenda Gervais. If you guys remember, this was one I think I restarted at the beginning of the year because you couldn't see the floss on the fabric that was called for. So I am stitching with the called for floss, except the white. I am using picket fence, and I did just switch the color of the house because I was stitching with conch and it blended into my fabric, and it was very tan and I really wanted pink. So I got this silk from Be Stitch Me when I did Friday Night Fight Night last, and it's really pretty. It's like this dusty, I don't know if you can tell, like dusty rose kind of color. And yeah, it is lovely. I love working with Brandi's silks. Okay, and I am stitching this on a Be Stitch Me fabric. I believe it's a 36 count hot cocoa, if I remember correctly. And I am pretty happy with my progress on this as well. So I worked on this a little bit on the way to the campground. And I finished bringing down, this border and down across the bottom. I finished this fence. I got these trees in, started the snow, got the gate done, and then this is the house color. And that silk is not named. Otherwise I would be happy to tell you what it is because it's beautiful. But the flowers are showing up, the leaves are showing up. It shows up very dusty pink on my fabric. So I worked on this through last night. I'm very happy with my progress. I pretty much just have the house, the big giant basket on top, and to finish the border. So I'm not going to say I'm going to have a finish on this year because that's not likely. I will most likely, hopefully, fingers crossed, finish it next year. So maybe like a December of 2025 finish. That would be nice. There's just so much stitching in that house that there's so much. Okay, that is my whips. I do have my 2 Whip Go calls for next month pulled. If you don't know what Whip Go is, it's like a bingo board system by Jessie Marie Does Stuff. You can head over to her channel. I'll try to link her below, where she kind of explains what it is. But she pulled the numbers for Whip Go pretty early this month, and so we've had them, but I just pulled them out so that you all could see them for this. So one of the ones I had called is this one here, Vintage Flowers by Jeanette Douglas Designs. And I haven't worked on this in a while. If you guys remember, I am doing this on a 40 count linen because I wanted to test and see if I liked 40 count. And it looks like I'll show you. I subbed a lot. So if any of you are interested, it's all very similar, but it's my own conversion. And I'm actually excited to get this out. I do like working on this. Here's my floss ring. It's all over dyes. And I'm stitching it on 40 count parchment by weeks. And let's see, I have a thread in here, so I guess I know where I'm starting when I get this out. That's upside down. Okay, I was working on the central pot of flowers. So I will try to finish that this time. Yeah. This one is really pretty. I do like this one a lot. And I'm a little more comfortable stitching on 40 count now, so it should go quicker. And I'm stitching that 1/2. I don't think I've been saying that for like any of these. Pretty much everything I stitch over 2. The 18 count is 2/1 though. Ada is 2/1. 32 count is, some of it is 2/2. My 36 count and 40 count is 1/2. I've started liking that kind of prim look with the floss. So, like Winter Rose Manor is 1/2. Okay. My next project that was called, oh no, the little thing broke off of this. Okay, was 5 Seasons of Quilts by Hirschner's. I started this during volleyball season last year, so I think it was October, November. But this is the one I'm doing. I'm working in this middle quilt here. I think I have a start of one of these pumpkins. And I am stitching this with mostly called for, but there are some, it's all in a bag here. I have to keep everything super contained during volleyball practice. But I'm stitching this on a 32 count hazelnut cream opal linen from Grace Notes. Oh, that's right. I love this fabric. And this is where I am. And I will have enough of this fabric left to probably do two more seasons on it. So I haven't worked on this in a long time, but last time I was working on it, I was working in this middle, working on the quilt blocks, because that is full coverage stitching. This one is 2/2. You can, the coverage is a lot thicker on this. Look at that fabric. It's so beautiful. Yeah. And my friend Nikki, she finished stitching this. So I thought that was so funny. And her and I have a plan to, I think we said we were going to start the Christmas one or the winter one this year. Maybe September, October. I don't remember when. But we're going to start one together. So those two need to stay out. Okay, so the rest of this video is haul and kind of loosely plans. Plans include WIPGO. I'm also going to start a artsy housewife pattern with my friend Lisa, and I gotta find the picture to show you because I can't show you the pattern. Okay. I bought this one. Can you see that? A Study in Nature by the Artsy Housewife. I think we're going to get together and dye some fabric. She mostly stitches on Ada and I mostly stitch on linen. And I'll either dye a piece of red or, because I don't have anything on red, or I have some like hot pink fabric that I thought it could look kind of cool on. And then the other one is here. Oh my gosh. This thing is being so annoying. I'm so sorry. Okay, anyway, the other one is coffee and eggs, I think, or eggs and coffee. don't know why this is being so difficult. I'm sure you guys know this pattern, so I'm just going to hold this up, so try not to pay attention. Anyway, that's what that looks like. And so yesterday I went and I bought the DMC for that, and for both of them. So I have the DMC for both of them. I'm thinking about getting some of the silks for a study in nature, because it uses dinky dyes, and I've never used dinky dye before. But I've heard really good things. And then yesterday when I was at Joann's getting the floss, I bought fabric. So I'm going to make us some project bags. And I thought this would be fun. It works for our eggs and coffee, or coffee and eggs. But that'll be fun. So we'll both get project bags from that. And I think we're planning that as like a back to school start. Lisa also gave me this nifty, when she came to see me on the coast, she gave me this nifty little thread catcher because I thought it was super cool, and she had an extra. So she gave me this one. I think this one is by Caddy Cross Stitches. I don't know if she still exists anymore. But I love it because there's a little magnet in here that holds your needle. I got, if you guys know who Farmhouse Flossies and such on Facebook is, she had grab bags available for like $10 or $20 or something like that. And I got one of those. And this is the floss. This one is called Cleanup Crew. And I almost used this on Smell My Feet. I thought it would be really cool as like the witch's legs to do those variegated colors. This one is called Fall Leaves. This is called Pumpkin Light. And this one is called Valentine's. It's showing up more bubblegummy. It's a bright pink. Anyway, and then I got my fabric of the month from Grace Notes. This one is called Marble. It's a 36 count. It's a fat quarter linen. I highly suggest you guys, if you're looking for a fabric club, because it is just wonderful. Beautiful, beautiful. I also joined her she decided to add floss, and I joined her Gentle Arts club because I just don't have very much of a stash of Gentle Arts, and it seems like a lot of the stuff I stitch needs it. So it came with these. Let's see, Adzuki, Adobe, Acorn, Amethyst, which is a really pretty purple, and Aged Pewter. So that can all go in my floss bin. And then this is one of the Be Stitch Me silks that I got as well. There's two more, but I already put them away. I got this 46 count linen from Hobby Lobby that I'm gonna try. I have stitched on 40, but not higher than that. So I want to try that. And then I was given, my friend Nikki lives in Alaska. She sent me some fabric that she dyed herself. It's all 14 count, but she did such a good job. It's so pretty. And I'll put a picture into, she cross-stitched these little national park designs for me. One is Crater Lake, and one is Mount Rainier, I think. So I'll try to put a picture of those up there. That's an awesome Halloween one. Anyway, so I have those. that she sent me to add in. Like I said, she sent me a stack of, I'll show you the stack. I'm not going to go through the patterns individually because there's too many. Look at that. These are all patterns. They used to belong to her grandma, a lot of them, but there's some great ones in here. So I think I'm going to do a giveaway with some of those. My friend Lisa gave me some goodies when she came up on the coast to hang out with me. She gave me this great little bag. She gave me some silk floss, which I've never used this brand, so that's really nice. She gave me some 18 count Ada. It's opal. I don't know what this is, but it's a blue gray one. A 22 count Be Stitch Me, which look at, it's not named, but I love it. And this cute little skeleton needle minder, which was just wonderful. And then she gave me these little like pillowcase that you can cross stitch on. So that was very kind and very generous of her. She really turned that weekend around for me. And then the last thing I have to show you is I bought a couple more Halloween patterns because I wasn't sure what I was going to stitch for my friend for her tree. So I bought this one here. This is Core Bathacore. I don't know how to say it. I'm sorry. It's the Halloween in a quilt. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do each of them individually so that they can be ornaments. So I have that, and I'm going to hold this one way back because I don't have a picture of it. This is super cute. This is from Salt and Pepper Stitching. Let's see. Looks like it's Emily Call, and it's called Creepy Crawly Alphabet. And I'm really excited to do that one for myself. So I think that's about it. I did kit up a couple of things. I guess I could show those real quick. I don't know if or when I'll start these, but they are kitted up and ready to go. So I made this bag, and in here I put this one. This is Live on Little, and I kitted up with a lot of called for, a lot of close to, and I have a piece of 32 count fairy dust linen in here that I'm gonna do it on. I think I checked the size and it looked like it would fit. So I have that as a maybe start soon. And then this bag that I made, my daughter picked the fabric out for it. And let's see. This pattern is, I joined the Patreon for Hello from Liz Matthews just for this pattern. This is not a good picture. It's called Seaside. It's one of her doubles. But I picked out 2 pieces of fabric. I have a lot of the called for. I did make some subs to some of it, but this is what I'm going to use for the top. This is a 32 count linen called Peaches and Cream. I think it'll look a lot like a sunrise or a sunset. And then this is a 32 count Grace Notes fabric called Arpeggio. It's an opal linen. For these patterns, you have to use the same count if you're stitching on 2 different. So those are the ones I picked. I hope I can start this one soon. when we go camping in October, we will be on the coast. So maybe I'll start that while I'm over there. All right, guys, I think that's it. Like I said, I'm going to put some stuff together to hopefully do a giveaway during the next Flosstube. And I want to apologize for anyone who has thought my Instagram was looking a little bit emotional or weird lately. Like I said, we're all good now. And things will get better. And, you know, everyone has their reasons and stuff is allowed to come up. It's the lack of communication about it that is what really bothered me. So, yeah, that is it. I will probably be back. This is August 1st, so September 1st, maybe. I'm still in school for my master's. I will be taking 2 weeks off after this next week is over. So that'll be nice. And it'll kind of just put me into the flow of school and everything again. Work, school, and getting the kids back. But I hope you all found something that you enjoyed, that enabled you. You know, I hope you're enjoying your summer, even if it is coming to an end. And I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.